Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to join us during this webinar for the program access request. My name is Dacieli Cruz, and I am working for the Children's Forum here at the Career Center in Miami. And we're going to go over the process for you all accessing the portal system and making those requests. So we're going to get started out of respect for time. And so I wanted to make sure that everyone is able to see the presentation. So I'm going to unmute everyone to make sure that you guys see the slides. So does everyone see the slides?
Yes.
I've unmuted everyone. Can everyone see the slide on your screen?
No.
Yes.
So you must access the webinar, the visuals for the webinar through your computer. But in order to hear what I'm saying, you have to call in through your phone. So if you have an opportunity to go to a computer and access the Zoom link so that you can access the presentation, that would be great. Okay, so let's get started. So once again, thank you so much for joining. We're going to be going over the process for requesting access for your programs. First of all, we ask that you access the program request by clicking or accessing directly to the website listed on this slide here. I want to make note that you are not going to log into the portal using your personal login if you have one. So you are not going to log into your personal accounts. You're going to be accessing the portal access dashboard, okay? Now, on the left-hand side, you can see that there is a tab for site access request, and that's exactly what you're going to be clicking on to follow this process. I do also want to mention that if you have any questions, please use the chat box to ask your questions, and we'll be happy to address them. So in this section, you will request access to a business account in the portal for your child care program, which will allow you to provide and view information about your program and your employees in the portal. The request of program access, you must be the director of the program listed on the official DCF license. Before beginning the request, review the introduction that you see here on this slide, this information, and gather the required documents that are listed on the bottom. Required documents include the Director of Records' most recent pay stub and a copy of their driver's license. These documents must reflect the name of the director listed on the DCF license and be uploaded in PDF format in the portal. Be aware that you will be asked to enter a different email address for the owner and the director. If the owner and director on record with DCF are the same person, you will need to use separate email addresses in the process. Once you begin, you will need to complete the entire section, and you will not be able to save partial information or come back later to finish it. Now, this is page 1, and as you can see in this first section, you're going to be asked to enter program information, license number, program name, and the address. And once you finish entering that, you can click on the green arrow that says next at the bottom. I do want to also point out that the portal is equipped for translation. So if you need to see this information in another language, you are able to change the language of your preference. In this section, you will see the owner information. This is page 2. In this section, you will enter all the information about the owner, which is listed on the business license. If the entity name on the business license is a company, corporation, or LLC, please enter the name of the president, the CEO, or highest level individual authorized to make business decisions for the company. We also require the owner phone number and email address and the mailing address. And again, I want to point out that the owner email address needs to be different than the director email address. Once completed with this section, you can click on the button at the bottom that says Next. This is page 3 for the director information. You will enter information about the director from the DCF issued license. As previously mentioned, director and owner email addresses must be different. If they're not different, you will get an error message, and we're going to go over what that error message might look like if there is an error through this process. All documents that are to be uploaded for the director, which includes the driver's license and the recent pay stub, must be in PDF format only. If you are a family child care home and you do not have evidence of a pay stub, we will allow a copy of the business license for the upload of a scanned copy of the pay stub. So that's only if you're a family child care home. We will allow this. So once all this information has been entered, you can click Next at the bottom of the page to proceed to the next section. And the next section is the final process in the access request. You will complete the final page, enter your name, and then click the 2 verification boxes. As you can see, you're confirming that you're an authorized representative for the company, and also we need to make sure that we are not robots. One of the recommendations that we're making is that you click on the button that is circled previous, just to review the information and make sure that your email addresses for director and the owner are different. And this is in order to prevent any error messages. So once your site access request has been successfully completed and submitted, you will get a confirmation, which looks like this. We ask that you please allow at least 4 weeks for your information and documents to be verified. And once your request has been verified, an email will be sent to the director with details of next steps. Now, this is a sample of the email that you will receive confirming that the Children's Forum has received a request for access. And so this is just an example of the email that you will be receiving. This is an example of an error message. And so anytime there is an error message, if there is an error message, the errors will appear on the screen of the results and what portion of the process failed. And so in the case a submission has failed, you're going to have to click the Site Access Request button on the left-hand side with the red arrow again and repeat the process, providing complete and accurate information and uploading the required PDF documents. And thank you for taking the time to learn about this process. We kindly ask that if you have any questions about this process, or if you're having trouble with the portal or trouble providing us with the PDF documents, that you kindly give us a call, and we'll be more than happy to provide you with support and alternatives so that you can complete this deadline. I'm going to go ahead and unmute everyone to see if anyone has any specific questions. So you can go ahead, everyone is unmuted. I kindly ask that if you're not speaking or asking a question, that you maintain your phone on mute so that there aren't any distractions in the background. So go ahead if you have any questions. Okay, great. So I see that there aren't any questions. So what I'm going to do, the next steps, is that we're going to be sending you all an email with the PowerPoint presentation so that you can have this information at hand while you're going through this process. And once again, I please ask that if you have any questions or concerns, that you contact the Children's Forum. And we look forward to working with you, and we thank you again for taking the time to participate in this webinar, and we hope you have a great afternoon. Thank you all.